Hey, so I want to talk to you about your current marketing mindset. Perry here from Missing Link Social Media, and yeah, we've got about 27, 28 clients, and my team and I are working through them all through this turbulent time. And really, what I want to start having a conversation with you about now is your mindset around your marketing, because I can completely understand because I am now in a position where there's a shift in my mindset. So really who I want to be talking to are people who are about to start tapping into this mindset or may even be there already, which is how do we move from fear, right, which is very much short term. So if we think about, now, and then we think about, short term, and then we think about long term. Up until now, for myself, right, I have been fearful, to be honest. I have needed to pause my paid social media advertising because there was uncertainty there, and I just didn't have the same level of confidence that I did before to continue pushing through with this overhead until I had started to do some financial forecasting, until I started to mitigate risks, to have tough conversations with my team, because we are going through a downturn in the economy and it's no secret, right? But now I'm at a point, and several of our clients are at a point where we've done all of that. There definitely is a point of diminishing return with fear and with short-term planning. And for me, I'm at that point, as I said. We've looked into a whole bunch of different scenarios, financial modeling. I've looked at revamping what we're doing with our marketing. I can understand that some industries are more impacted than others. Unfortunately, gyms, hospitality, tourism, we feel for you. And it's heartbreaking. We work with these people. One of our values is act as if you own. And it's absolutely heartbreaking to see what they are going through. So if you're in this position, if there's anything I can do for you, just reach out, okay? But back to kind of where we are and where a bunch of our clients are, really looking at taking it from what has been very negative and kind of fear-based, if I can spell the word, really fear-based, to starting to think strategically about what's going to happen. What are you looking at in terms of a strategy? How can you start to be proactive around your marketing? Okay, so this only gets you so far. And for myself, we've put in the due diligence, we've done all the planning. I'm ready to switch on my marketing machine again, and I'm ready to come at it with some new, fresh ideas. Hence this video, right? I'm practicing what I'm preaching. So I really want to take people through the journey that I'm in at the moment with my own marketing and what we're doing with our clients to assure that they're not forgotten, in this period and beyond. And so I'm going to take a couple of steps back, and I'm going to talk about marketing in general, because everyone that comes to work with us, we screen them. We screen them to make sure that social media marketing is the next best step for them, because we need to look at a couple of things, right? One is what marketing assets do they have and or do they need in terms of strategy, in terms of creative assets? Do they have video? Do they have photography? Do they have a website that's going to convert traffic if we send people there? Because if we kick off paid advertising with social media and we're sending people, first of all, to stock images of two business people shaking hands holding briefcases, that doesn't speak to today's market. We're already losing the battle. And then we try to send them to a website that's not going to convert. It just talks off facts. It has no emotive language. It's not speaking to the benefits and the outcomes of what you do. It's not positioning you differently to people. All of these things are really crucial. So we need to take a couple of steps back before we can just launch some social media ads. That's something that we've definitely learned over the last 7 years. of doing this, and I've invested a lot of my time in research and development around digital marketing so that I have the ability to help people navigate through what's going to get them the best return for their time and their budget, right? So if you are at this point where you really want to revamp your marketing off the back of this economic downturn, off the back of all this fear, and you really want to take ownership and be the one that stands up in your industry and really leads your industry, come on this journey with me, okay? So we're going to start with digital marketing in general. Okay, so business growth is what we're aiming for. So the first stage of the customer journey is awareness. How are you? I should not talk and write at the same time. I'm hopeless at that. Won't be the first time that I look a bit special trying to do that. Awareness. How are you making people aware of your brand? What's the first impression that you're giving people? Are you asking for something without giving them anything of real value? Are you asking them to buy without them actually understanding what makes you different to what they already have, or what they could find if they just Googled your product, and products that are similar, right? You could be doing marketing for your competitors if you're educating people about the problem they didn't know they had, or an opportunity they didn't know was there, and then you're just one of 5 different tabs that they open, and then your website's not converting. It's a great opportunity at the awareness stage to be adding value to people, so that when they do look at competitors, you've got some brand equity there. You've got something that has built some personality, built some trust, built some authority, built some credibility. Awareness. Now, what type of marketing channels are best at the awareness stage? Awareness is things like TV, it's things like radio, it's things like social media marketing, Google display. These are things that you're reaching out to people when they haven't shown you any significant level of buyer intent. So for social media, for example, you're reaching people based on, if it's a cold audience, you're reaching people based on their interests, their demographics, or you've created a lookalike audience of people who are just like your customers, right? But they're not your customers. These are people where there's a perfect opportunity for you to be adding value before you ask for something. It's very important at this awareness stage to be just trying to build your brand equity and giving value to people through your content, right? Like this video. Interest.